So in the next few minutes, I'm going to give you the exact AI prompts you can use to improve your website, your messaging, your structure, and your SEO, that's your search engine optimization, without redesigning your entire website. Because if your website isn't bringing in inquiries, it might not be that you need more traffic. It might be that just something isn't quite connecting when people land on it. And that's actually much easier to fix than you think. So I've been building websites since 2003, and most of the time it's not about starting again, it's about refining what you've already got. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through a set of simple prompts that you can copy and paste into ChatGPT or whichever AI platform you use to understand how your audience actually thinks and speaks, spot what's stopping people from taking action on your website, and improve your content so it's clearer, more strategic, and more likely to convert. And I've put all of these into a free prompt pack for you that I'm going to go through now, and you can grab it below and follow along as we go. So let's start with the first one. So I've given you a little intro here. So when you grab this prompt pack, this is what you're going to see. This is a little intro. Then we've got a prompts tab here, which is what we're going to use to get started with our prompts. And then you are going to see your results page. This is where you are going to copy and paste your results. So first off, you're going to analyze your custom language. And this used to have to happen during interviews where we would get onto a call with some customers or prospective clients and ask them questions. Now we can do that through ChatGPT, and so, or through AI, whichever platform you want to use. So here we're basically giving it a prompt, and in bold here we have the information that you need to replace. So you tell them what kind of business owner you are, and you can adapt this. So you might not want to say business owner, you might want to say I'm a web designer and I want to improve my website messaging. And so, or you might want to say I'm a career coach and I want to improve my website messaging. So go ahead and just customize this so that it works for you. You're asking it to act as an expert in customer research and messaging strategy. You're going to ask it to analyze publicly available reviews, testimonials, comments, and discussions related to your industry, or analyze any customer feedback that you add here. Now, you could be pasting it below, or you could be attaching it as an additional document to the chat. So you're going to ask it to identify these areas here, and then you're asking it to create a structured report to include some of the key themes, the most important customer phrases that are being used, patterns in how people describe their problems and goals, messaging recommendations for your website, and suggested headlines, subheads, and calls to action. You're going to tell it what your niche is, what your target audience is, and what your offer is. Now, just to differentiate between niche and target audience, niche is what you do. Your target audience is who you do it for. So for example, my niche might be that I build client-winning websites. My target audience would be coaches, therapists, course creators, and service-based entrepreneurs. And then I would tell them what my offer was, and you're going to copy this then and paste it into your platform of choice. ChatGPT, Claude, wherever you want to. And you're asking it to make the output practical, specific, and easy to apply. Once you have that and it has given you back the output from it, you're going to come over to your results and you're going to drop it into here where it says customer language for my messaging. Pop it in. You're literally just going to paste it in there. Then you're going to come back to your prompts and staying in the same thread because your AI platform will continue to use some of the information that you've given it. You're going to ask it for some custom conversion rate optimization suggestions. So again, you're going to fill out the information. So you're going to tell it what type of business you run and that you want to improve the conversion performance of the page. And you're going to paste your URL in here. So tell it what your main goal is. So your goal might be that you want to book consultations or clarity calls. It might be that you want to generate leads from your lead magnet or encourage inquiries through a contact form or actually make a sale or get some kind of appointments. Whatever it is, make a choice of what your primary call to action should be and then ask it to act as an expert in conversion rate optimization, website strategy, and user behavior. And then you're going to ask it to review the page as though you were a potential customer in your target audience. And again, just replace this to describe your actual audience. And then you're going to tell it how you want to evaluate the page. So you're going to tell it what areas you want it to analyze, and then you're going to ask it for a checklist that it's prioritizing, and tell it to explain your reason clearly and keep your suggestions actionable. So once you've got that and it's given you the output, you're going to come over to your results tab again, and you're going to drop it in here. So now you should have 2 results in here. And then you are going to come back for a 3rd prompt. This time you are going to ask it for some SEO recommendations. So search engine optimization is really important. If your pages aren't optimized for search engines, you're missing out on traffic and potential clients. So again, you can tell it what kind of business you run and that you want it to improve the SEO of the page, and paste the URL in again. Now, if you know who your competitors are, then go ahead and drop their URLs in here, or go and look on Google using the kind of keywords that you would expect people to search for, and find the people who rank ahead of you. And then tell it who your target audience is, and then you're going to ask it to act as an SEO expert and go through these points that you've given it, and then give you a prioritized checklist of improvements, including what to change, why it matters, and which changes are going to have the biggest impact. You're going to ask it to be specific, practical, and relevant to your industry, and you definitely want to make sure that it prioritizes clarity and conversions alongside SEO, because this page is built for people, not just more traffic, and definitely not for search engine robots. So it's important that you do that. Then once you've got the results, you're going to bring them over to this tab here. You're going to drop your results in under your SEO recommendations, and then you're going to go through all of these results that it has given you, because it will have made mistakes, it will have made assumptions that are incorrect, and you want to make sure that everything in here is as you're wanting it. So once you have all of this, you're going to come back and you're going to grab your final prompt. And you are going to go through some, oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong one. You're going to go through your website glow up prompt. So you're going to tell it that you have gathered insights on these 3 areas. These are the prompts that you've already added in, and that's what you have on your results page. You've got those 3 things: your customer language, your conversion rate optimization suggestions, and your SEO recommendations. So that's what you have here and what you're going to give it. So you're going to ask it to apply these to your page, and you're going to paste in whichever page you're analyzing, but probably your home page. And then tell it you're going to attach your research to the chat. I'm going to show you how to do that in a moment. And then you're going to ask it to rewrite the page using clearer, more customer-focused language, improve the structure and flow, strengthen your calls to action, incorporate your SEO naturally, and also include some suggested section structures, some usability and layout improvements, and some light SEO enhancements. And then tell it to bold any major changes so that you can easily review them, remind it who your audience is, and then finally tell it that if the page is trying to do too many things, you are happy for it to simplify it and focus on one clear goal. Because this is something that I see most people doing, is trying to do too many things, especially with their homepage. So you're going to paste all of that in, and you're also going to add in your results. So this is your results page. You click onto the tab, then you come here to File, and you're going to click onto Download, and you're going to choose Markdown. It's a .md file. It makes it really easy for AI platforms to read the content. So you're going to ask it to take the information from your current tab, and you're going to click on Export, and it will go ahead and export that to your Downloads folder or wherever your exports normally go. And then when you're in your AI platform, you can come in and you can upload that along with that final prompt. So this is your website glow up prompt. You're going to include it with that, and you're going to upload it, and you're going to wait for the results. And honestly, this is going to blow your mind. So make sure that you go ahead and follow these instructions. It might take you about half an hour, but even just implementing a few of these prompts can make a massive difference. But this is where I see most people get stuck, because even with better copy, if your website doesn't flow properly, or if the layout isn't guiding people, or it's not clear, or people aren't clear on what to do next, your website still won't convert the way you want it to. And that's exactly why I created my Profitable Website Kit, which shows you actually how to structure your website so it guides your visitors from landing on your page to actually taking action. So instead of guessing where things go, or tweaking things randomly, or second guessing what the design should look like or what fonts you should be using, then this is going to really help you. You're going to have a clear plan on what sections to include, what order they should be in, how to guide someone through your site, and how to turn visits into actual inquiries. That's what the kit is going to help you do. I'll pop the link in the description below. But go ahead, try out these prompts, and let me know how you get on, because I would love to hear if these results totally blow your mind.